Hello everyone, and thank you for choosing to watch another video from this channel. Today I'm going to talk about three different gelling agents. The first one is xanthan gum that is used extensively in food industry and also in cosmetic and pharmaceutical field. The second one is a carbomer or carbopol, and this is the excipient that they use in pharmaceutical and cosmetic, but this is not a food grade. Perhaps there are food grades, but they are used for oral dosage form. So it is not considered to be something that you want to put in your product. The third one is Alginic Acid, and this also is used as a gelling agent in cosmetic and pharmaceutical. And here I have prepared 1% solution of each excipient, and they are being solvated overnight. So that's all we did. We just put these excipients 1 gram in, let's say, 100 ml to make a 1% solution, and this is our end product. What I'm going to do is to go and show you the pH of these solutions. So I'm going to look at the pH of the first one, which is xanthan gum, and I'm not sure if you can see the pH reading, but the pH reading shows something around like a 6.6, 6.7 pH, and this is a very suitable or desirable pH for any excipient that you want to use it for the skin products. Because I'm from pharmaceutical and also cosmetic field, and my mind is very much tuned to the topical products. So the pH of 6 and 7 are suitable pH for the derm products. So this xanthan gum 1% can be used as is. The next one is the carbopol or carbomer, and there are different type of carbomers available in the market. This is the compendial excipient, and the USP have categorized them as a carbomer type A, type B, type C, copolymer, and so on. Now the carbomer pH, if we mix 1% in solution, it is 3.2, and it's actually going lower, 2.8. So this is not a mixture that you want to put it on your skin, and anything less than a pH 4.5 is going to damage your skin. And if you put these products, you're going to feel that your skin is getting very dry, and a lot of wrinkles is forming. So this is not what you want to do as is. The next one, or the third one, is alginic acid, again 1%. And this alginic acid did not even dissolve, so it is very liquidy, and it is separating at the bottom of the flask. So if I look at the pH of this solution or this suspension, again you see the values are 2.7 and so on. So this is not what you want to use on your skin. So except the xanthan gum, what we have to do is to increase the pH of this solution to make it suitable for the skin products. I'm going to put away this aside that we can have a better picture. So first I'm going to start by increasing the pH of the alginic acid to something around 6 to 7%. I have a mixer here. I'm going to start using the mixer, and at the same time we are going to adjust the pH. So it is, alginic acid is very, it's not even mixing, the viscosity is very low, and it's not even giving me any feeling as like a gel. It's very much like a liquid. Okay, so I'm going to put my pH probe inside the mixture and slowly adding sodium hydroxide. and I'm adjusting the RPM. I don't want too much splashing. This is around 400 RPM. And for the increasing the pH to some desirable value, which is around 6 and 7, I'm using 0.1 mol sodium hydroxide. Currently the pH is 2.3 and I'm slowly adding my base. We are reaching 2.7, 2.8. I can tell that for the pH adjustment, probably one normal sodium hydroxide would have been a better pH adjuster, because if I add too much of a sodium hydroxide, I'm going to not have the 1% solution anymore. But anyway, for the demonstration, that should be okay. So as I'm adding the sodium hydroxide, my pH value is increasing, and also it seems like alginic acid is becoming more clear. It's not cloudy anymore. So I would suspect that the alginic acid is going to give me a clear gel. So if people want to develop a product with a clear gel, it seems like alginic acid is their choice. And this particular alginic acid is the NF grade, and they actually come in a different viscosity range, and as I recall, some of them are low viscosity, some of them called high viscosity, and so on. So it seems like I overdid it. Suddenly pH increased to 8.7, and but that's fine. I mean, that's all I needed to do is to demonstrate that the alginic acid does need the pH adjustment in order to form a gel. You don't need to do pH adjustment with the xanthan gum. Xanthan gum was 7%, is already neutral, but in the case of alginic acid, that was needed. Similarly with the carbomer. Carbomer also needs the pH adjustment. Anyway, so the alginic acid, I reaches pH of 7.3, 7. This is very nice pH that I actually was looking for. I'm going to stop pH adjustment for alginic acid, and I'm going to do the same thing with the carbomer. So now my alginic acid, I have something which is very clear solution. And I'm going to do the same thing now with my carbomer. I'm going to rinse these. I don't want a cross-contamination. Okay, now pH is currently around 4, and with the case of alginic acid, my pH was slightly lower, and now I need to do some pH adjustment with carbomer. About the structure of these three gelling agents, they are all polysaccharides. Saccharide means sugar. The example of polysaccharides is the starch that we eat. We can digest is alpha-D-glucose polymer. Another one is the cellulose that we cannot eat or digest. These are beta-D-glucose. So xanthan gum, alginic acid, and also carbomer or carbopore, they are polysaccharides, and but there are different type of polysaccharides. They are not linear. There are some of our branch, different type of sugars in there. So as we can see that my pH is around 2.8, but I'm forming extremely thick gel in this suspension, extremely thick. So we can tell that if you want to form a very high viscosity gel, like a gel product, probably alginic acid is not the choice, but carbomer is the product that you want. And keep in mind, well, people may know that the carbomer is also used in a product like hand sanitizers. So this is what they are using. The hand sanitizer is carbomer with alcohol. So it's becoming so thick that my pH probe cannot even see the region that the pH has been changed. So I'm going to increase the RPM. To make this one go faster. I can, probably people know that the carbomer are also used in the hair gel, and a lot of cosmetic products they are using carbomer. And I'm not so sure if people know or not, but if there is a P beside the carbomer, that's the type that it is more safe, and it can be even used in a small quantity in oral products. P means that they are not using these nasty solvents to make it, so it is safer for safe for the oral products. So in your packaged product, if you see carbopol, which is let's say 940p or 743p, that's a safer excipient. So I think I'm going to stop this thing because this process seems to be very slow, because I formed such a thick gel and I'm not getting the pH that I want. But for the demonstration purpose, I think this is good enough. That shows that this stuff is a very gel-like material. And for the case of carbomer, the xanthan gum, I don't need to do any pH adjustment. So you can see that my blade is all covered with gel, and also my electrode is all covered with gel. It's very thick stuff. It's kind of like a semi-solid even. It's very thick. So I got a lot of washing to do. I'm going to put this aside. So here you are, we have the 1% xanthan gum that did not need to do any pH adjustment. It is a food grade. Viscosity is, as you can see, how it is free flowing. Alginic acid is definitely like a liquid. It is like a water, very low viscosity. And the carbomer, I cannot even, this is like a semi-solid. And keep in mind, the concentration of these three gelling agents are exactly the same. Let's say if I put 1 gram here, I'll put 1 gram there, 1 gram there. So if you want to make thick gel with high viscosity, for sure you want to use carbomer. If you want to use something which is food grade and safe, definitely you need to use xanthan gum. And alginic, I don't know what to say. This stuff is not even a gel. And I do recall that alginic acid usually used in combination with the other two gelling agents. So you see a combination of alginic acid and xanthan gum, or alginic acid and carbomer. Now I'm going to use some of them on my hand to see how the feeling is. The feeling is a liquid. This is not even gel. I have no feeling whatsoever that I am putting a gel on my skin. It's like a water, very liquid. I'm gonna wash my hand. In the case of xanthan gum, I'm gonna put a little bit. Definitely the gel. It is feeling very nice, cooling. Feels like I'm putting a gel and moisturizing my skin. And it's kind of slippery even, so feeling is quite nice. And the people who want to make products with the xanthan gum, definitely the sensation is very pleasant. It's not that bad at all. And in case of carbomer, well, this stuff is just hand sanitizer. You know, if you use hand sanitizer, this is how the feeling is. Very thick stuff. Okay, this is all I wanted to talk about, and this video was prepared because one of the subscribers was interested in alginic acid, and he was telling me if you can show me a video that shows the alginic acid versus xanthan gum. And the answer to you, my friend, is that the alginic acid doesn't give you a very good gel. It doesn't give you gel at all. So if you want to use alginic acid for whatever reason, try to make alginic acid and xanthan gum, or alginic acid and a carbomer. Thank you very much for watching this video, and have a great time. Goodbye.